Squad Pod. Squad Pod.
Hey everybody, welcome to Squad Pod Sports, where we bring you our thoughts on the latest games and news around the sports world, brought to you by Sideline Sports Network. Big news today, the NFL schedule came out for all the teams. I mean,
Yeah.
it leaked way ahead of like the official announcement, that happens every
Like
year in some way.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything always leaks, but
Everything. And of course, we got some other NFL news as well. Of course, your NBA hot and nuts heading into
Yes.
here. We're close to playoffs.
man, I got some exciting / disappointing hot knots this week. So
Oh, okay.
I eliminated all playoff non-playoff teams. Everybody has been already eliminated from the playoffs. You ain't
Yeah.
on the list at all. So
Yeah, it doesn't even
not
matter.
Teams are contenders. So
Oh, interesting. Another interesting thing is we will talk a little bit about hockey today, just because the playoffs start this weekend. Hockey playoffs start this weekend, and I'm excited. So over the course of the next month or so, we'll have a lot of hockey talk here for the playoffs. So I think there's only really 2 series to talk about, so we'll get to that then. Of course, the bias bubble and the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. But of course, we're just gonna hop into the biggest news here. Is the schedules came out today, and man, it's exciting. Every year, I don't know, I always man, why are we excited about a schedule? But it is exciting because we actually go in oh, who playing this year? Where are we at?
who
So, I
could-
mean-
who can I? Every year, every fan's like, how could I go 17-0? You
Yeah.
try to be realistic. Then you're like, okay, maybe a 12-4, maybe 11-5.
And that's the first thing that teams that play, fans do is just oh, they go through win, loss.
And we're gonna do that here with just our 2 teams here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
definitely do that here. But you want to rattle off some of the bigger non-Eagles Patriots games of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. The one here I have is the last 2 number 1 overall picks, Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, will face off in Week 4 when the Jaguars visit the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. So it's going to be in prime time too.
That's gonna be an exciting game to
And it's
watch.
also a rematch from the 2019 National Championship game because that was the last time they played
nice
against
nice.
each other.
Okay.
And man, on Thursday Night Football, that'll be a nice game. You don't get
Right.
too many good Thursday night games, but that should be a good one.
That's one to look forward to.
Exactly. Let me go here. The Chiefs will host the Bills in Week 5 on Sunday Night Football, a rematch of the AFC Championship game. So that'll be a really interesting game as well. Especially with the Chiefs, probably that O-line is going to be even better. So that'll be nice.
Right.
Oh shit! I lost
What
my
about
spot.
Packers Saints? Isn't that Week 1?
I think so. I didn't see that one, but
is Aaron Rodgers gonna play? That's the
Yeah.
big question. Is now
there's
that
a
it's out,
big old question mark on Aaron Rodgers right now, and we'll talk about it a little bit too. There's a big old question on Deshaun Watson right now because we haven't heard about anything from his camp in a while, so there's a little news that came out today that we can just talk about a little bit.
Okay.
But the other thing I have here is the Browns are traveling to Green Bay for the Christmas Day matchup.
Nice,
So that'll be a good
okay.
Christmas Day matchup is Packers versus Browns. Once again, who knows if it'll be Aaron Rodgers under center,
You know, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers have never played each other.
Really?
They're set to have their first career matchup this year, even though they played last year. But I forget which one. I think Mahomes was out, or somebody was out last year, so they still haven't ever matched up against each other.
I didn't even think about that. Man,
Mhm.
we need that to happen.
They're supposed to this year, so we'll see what happens.
we need that to happen. We're getting London games again this year.
Nice.
We
Two of
got
them.
Week 5 and then Week 6. Week 5 it's the Jets and the Falcons, and then Week 6 it's the Dolphins and the Jaguars. And the Jaguars, it seems like whenever there's a London game, the Jaguars are always involved.
Why are we sending our worst teams over?
To represent the best of football.
I guess the Dolphins are pretty good now, so
maybe it's teams that aren't making as much revenue. It's not that big of a loss for the NFL to send them over.
maybe
in case
those teams are always I know Jacksonville, like you said, is always wanting to do it. Maybe
Yeah.
they're advocating for it.
Yeah, maybe London or huge Jaguar fan. That's their team somehow. Like I don't know how
I
Jacksonville.
don't know. I think the presence is probably bigger because they're always over there.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure. The other thing I have here is the Thanksgiving Day slate. We got the Bears versus the Lions, the Raiders versus the Cowboys, and then the Bills versus the Saints.
Okay, so we get to see Justin Fields on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hopefully
That's
it's Justin Fields.
versus Jared Goff.
Jared Goff and the Lions. That's gonna be so weird. I keep forgetting that he's like on the Lions now.
Right.
It's gonna be so weird seeing him in that uniform, and Matt Stafford in the LA uniform. It's gonna be weird. Let me see here. I think I had one or two more. Do you have any more?
Oh, as far as like other games, no, I was just
Yeah.
ready to go over my Patriots here.
Okay. The last thing I have is just like the entire week 1 slate. Just like these are the first games that we're getting of the year. So the first week it looks like it's going to be Jacksonville and Houston, Pittsburgh and Buffalo, which that should be a good game too. Who knows what Pittsburgh's going to look like against Buffalo? Old Pittsburgh can fall 0-1 like right off the bat. The Jets versus Carolina, which is like, man, you getting Sam Darnold to play his old team week 1
right away.
Right away. Arizona and Tennessee, which should be a very good game as well. Let me see here. Washington versus Las Vegas. It looks like. Oh no, it's the Chargers. Sorry. And then we got Minnesota versus Cincinnati, San Francisco versus Detroit, Philly and Atlanta, Seahawks at Indy, which that should be a very good game. I'm interested in seeing that, like Carson Wentz first game as a Colt against Russell Wilson. Like that should be a very good game.
Right.
The late window, you got Denver versus the Giants, Green Bay and New Orleans, Cleveland and Kansas City, Miami and New England.
Cleveland and Kansas City week 1?
Week 1. That's like one of the 4 o'clock games.
That was a divisional round game last year.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll see if them Browns can do it against them Chiefs in week 1.
Miami,
and then New England. Yep. And apparently that's in New England too, I saw. And then Sunday night football is Chicago versus the Rams. And then Monday night is Baltimore versus Las Vegas.
Vegas always plays I told you this, man. They always play that second doubleheader every single year because they're always on the West Coast. And it's like they're not even like that far. Like there's teams that are further west now, and they're still playing the later game. But whatever. But it should be a great week 1 for the season here.
Yeah, definitely. So you got your schedule for your Patriots, huh?
Yes. I'm going to run down and give you realistic win-loss throughout the season here, okay?
Okay.
So we got Miami. We're fresh off. I don't know who even is going to be our quarterback, okay? Still think we're going to beat them Dolphins. I'm not ready to concede the division to the Dolphins and the Bills yet.
Yeah.
We're going to beat the Dolphins week 1 in Foxborough. I think Cam's going to be the quarterback, fresh out the gates. We always play well. Other if you don't remember that Kansas City game after we won the Super Bowl that one year when they blew us out opening night. Other than that, we do great opening nights, okay?
Yeah.
Week 2, New York Jets, Zach Wilson, Young Bull. Week 2, we're going to destroy him. Belichick has a amazing record against rookie quarterbacks. It'll continue here.
So you 2-0.
New Orleans, week 3.
Ooh. Who's going to be the QB for New Orleans? Is it Jameis?
Is it James? Is it
Taysom? Who knows?
Who knows? I think that's a winnable game, but that's like the Seahawks game that we had last year, where we were right there.
That was a really good game.
And we lost, you know? So we lose to New Orleans. Week 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers. You're going down.
Big matchup.
In Foxborough, 8:20 Sunday night primetime game, okay?
You're going
down. That's Tom Brady's first matchup back at... Oh, I hope we destroy him.
What do you honestly think? Like,
What
what's
do you mean?
your what because what do you're picking the games? What do you pick? Are you saying you guys gonna win?
Yes.
You gonna take the dub?
We're not gonna lose to Tom Brady in Foxborough.
You don't
If
think
this
so?
game was in, I don't care if he's rated Super Bowl champ. I don't give a shit. I don't care. All 22 of them returned from I don't care. We're gonna beat them in Foxborough. We're gonna shock the world. Look,
Oh,
think about how bad we were last year, and they matched us up with them on a Sunday night. You know what I mean?
okay.
That's just because because of the weight of this game. Okay, we're gonna have
So you
fans in the stadium.
1 right now with that win, you'd be 3-1 in the
3
first
and
4
1.
games.
Okay, then we go up against Houston. Who knows who the quarterback is in Houston? Okay,
I don't think it's gonna matter. I think you probably guys gonna probably scoop out a win there.
gonna be Houston. Week 6, Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott's probably looking real nice by this point if he's still healthy. I'm assuming he would be. He only had that one injury. Otherwise, he's been great. This is an iffy one. I stretched on giving us a win against Tampa Bay, so I'm gonna give us an L against Dallas here, just to be fair.
Okay. So 4-2.
Because I think we could win that game, but like if Dak's putting up 40, 50 points, it might be hard to do that. Like if he's playing the way he was playing before he got hurt last year.
Yeah, and they got a ton of weapons too.
Right. So we're gonna lose to Dallas, 4-2. New York Jets, Zach Wilson, rookie, get out of here. 5-2. Justin Herbert and them Chargers.
Oh,
Okay. The thing that I think helps us here is the rookie head coach. So I'm gonna give us this game as well.
okay, 6-2.
Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold. We've seen him before, man. We've seen him twice a year for the last 2 years or however long he's been in the league, just us whomping on
the
it.
Panthers.
7-2 against the Panthers. Cleveland. Cleveland's gonna be a problem. Okay.
Yeah,
They're probably gonna be like they're gonna, you know how they do. They're like the stock market. They're like Doge. They go up and down. Okay, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
at this point, they'll probably be at a height right before they sink again before the playoffs. You know what I mean. So they're probably gonna whoop our ass in this game. I'll give Cleveland the W here. So what is that?
7-3.
7-3.
Yep.
Atlanta Falcons. By this point, the trade deadline have already passed. I'm pretty sure, and we have already acquired Julio Jones. So Atlanta would be completely in weapons. And this is a Sunday night game. Hear me out. This is a Sunday night game. We have Julio suited up. And
You already had it planned out. Like he'll be already on the team. Like
come back and watch this in a couple weeks. And tell me I'm wrong. But listen, and then we beat him because Julio Jones has a career game where he's having like 169 yards. It's crazy. Okay, whoops the Falcons' ass. Tennessee. So we're 8-3. Tennessee. Mike Vrabel's got a number. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about it, man. Like every time it seems like they play us great and they play us close. If we could squeak out a win, but they're probably gonna beat us in this one here. So I'm gonna give us
8-4.
8-4 going into week 13 here. Josh Allen and these goddamn Bills. Okay, Monday night game, 8:15. They're probably gonna beat us. We're gonna drop 2 in a row here. Drop 2 games.
8-6. Okay.
2 games going into the super late week 14 bye. Okay.
Yeah.
Week 14 bye week. Okay. So come out of that. Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz. You think he'll even still be the quarterback by this point? I hope so, but I don't know.
So they just got a good O-line. They got a good defense.
They're a great team. I really want to give us this win, but I'm gonna give us this win because I feel like Buffalo beats us the next week in week 16. Buffalo's probably gonna sweep us, so I'm gonna give us Indianapolis. So that's 9-6. Buffalo 9-7. Week 17 we play Jacksonville. Okay.
I say you win that one.
I think we're gonna beat Jacksonville. So
10
that
and
gives
6.
us 10-6. Yep. And then Miami to end the season like we always do. This is gonna be the big pivotal game of the year.
Beat them the first game. You think they're going to take the second one?
It's very, very possible. It's in Miami. Who knows where playoff positioning is by this point? If we win, we're 11-6. If we lose, we're 10-7. This is a huge game.
Either way, I would say it's a successful season for the rebuilt Patriots. Either way, 10 or 11 wins.
I'm gonna give us the loss just because to split. with Miami. Okay, so I'm going to say 10-7 for the Patriots. Barely over 500. Mac Jones has kind of had a great year on the bench, learning a lot from Cam. See you 2023. Let's roll. But I don't know if we'll make the playoffs or not. I don't have high hopes for it, but I know we have a stacked team. We spent a lot of money. I really have high hopes for some of these bigger games in here. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully I have some surprises where we lose less games.
Yeah.
What do you got for them Eagles?
Oh man, my Eagles. First game is week 1 at Atlanta.
They still got Julio at this point.
I don't know. This is a hard one because they beat us last time, but we normally have the Falcons number.
I think you can win this game.
I think we could definitely win this game.
It's in Atlanta, though.
In Atlanta, the first game for Kyle Pitts, who's on. So who knows what that could look like?
First game for Devontae Smith.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It all comes down to our defense at that point. And I think we're going to end up scooping another cornerback here before the season starts. I think we're going to start 1-0. I'm going to take that win against the Falcons.
Damn right.
Week 2 is our first home game. Fans back in the stands, full capacity against San Francisco. Ooh. Which, who knows? Is it going to be Jimmy? Is it Trey Lance? Who knows?
What San Fran team's coming at you?
Exactly. You know what? I'm going to say 2-0. I think we're going to beat San Fran there too.
I could roll with you on that. I do think George Kittle has a career season this year, though. I think he is going to have a crazy year.
Yeah,
bro.
I think he'll have a great game, but I think we're going to end up winning that game. Week 3, it's in Dallas. I say we lose that game. Mm-hmm. I say we lose against Dallas. So we'll be 2-1. Week 4 at home against Kansas City. We're going to lose that one.
Yeah, damn.
Lose that one. So we're going to be 2-2.
I want to say we're probably going to lose that game to Tampa Bay. To be honest with you, we're probably going to lose that game, but my heart can't. I
don't see the Eagles beating Kansas City though.
Right.
Week 5 against Carolina. I say we win that game.
Yeah. So 3-2.
3-2 at this point. Week 6 at home against Tampa Bay.
You played both of them?
We played both of them. Both of them. We're going to lose that game, so we're going to be 3-3.
Okay. 506 weeks in. Okay.
Week 7 against the Raiders.
4-3.
I think we could win that game. 4-3. Week 8 against the Lions. I think we could win that game too.
9-3. Or
5-3. 5-3. 5-3. Not week 9 against the Chargers.
What do you think?
I could see us losing that game. I feel like I gave us the game against who did I give it? Like San Fran and the Raiders. I think we might lose to the Chargers. I could see that happening.
What's that? 5-4.
7-4. Week 10 against the Broncos. I think we're gonna beat the Broncos.
6-4.
6-4. Week 11 against the Saints.
Oh, what Saints team's coming at you?
We beat them last year, but who knows?
With who they had.
With who they have. Now, I'm going to take that as an L against the Saints, and I'm about to tell you why. So what is that? It is 6-5?
Yeah, you were at
6-5. Week 12 against the Giants, beat them. 7-5.
7-5.
Week 15 against the Jets, beat them. 8-5. We have a week 14 bye, like you guys.
Oh, okay, nice.
Shit, super late bye. Week 15 against Washington, beat them. Week 16 against the Giants, we beaten them again.
So
and then
this
is what the Eagles do. At this point in the last 4 games, this is like, these last 4 games could like seal the Eagles' fate if they go to the playoffs.
Where's your record sitting here? And I know you played Dallas the last game of the season without you even having to tell me.
Oh, yeah.
At Philly.
At Philly. That's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
so-
Gave the first one to them in Dallas at the beginning of the year. I'm taking this one too, but I think we're gonna sweep Washington and the Giants.
I can see
We
that.
all beat the Giants. So let me see. What was that at the?
I lost count. I'm sorry.
That's all right. What were we? It was 6-5 at the Saints. 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. That seems kind of high. It'd be like 12-4.
12-5.
12-5. Oh no. Yeah,
12-4?
12-5.
Who
Yeah.
who are your losses to on the schedule there?
You
said you're gonna beat San Fran.
We would lose to the Saints, the Chiefs, the Chargers,
the Bucs.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, and
I think that's it, right?
no, I thought and Dallas once.
Okay, so 5.
12-5. I feel like that's a little high. I feel like
no, man.
I
don't
feel
know.
a little high.
The schedule will tell the truth. We'll see what happens.
A rookie head coach, a new coaching staff, and Jalen Hurts' first career season starting.
Got some dynamic ass players.
It sounds like it's wishful thinking. I'd be happy with 10 wins, not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. But 10 wins is like 9 wins now.
True.
But I would be happy with 10 wins.
But I mean, 12-5. That's just wishful thinking because maybe it's possible we drop a game to like Washington or like one a division. I could see that happening.
Right.
But I think we drop a game with Washington over the Giants. I think we sweep the Giants this season.
You don't think it would be that bad?
I don't think they're going to be bad. I just feel like we always have the Giants number. I think they've beat us once in 8 years or something like that, and it was last year. So I have no confidence in them Giants. We'll see what happens. But that's just wishful thinking. In other news, I do have some other NFL news. The Packers signed Blake Bortles today as their backup. Blake Bortles and Jordan Love now as the backup to Aaron Rodgers.
Which one? So Jordan Love is the starter and Blake Bortles is the backup, is what you're telling me.
Possibly.
Because Aaron Rodgers is out. That's a done deal. He ain't going to be in Green Bay next year. I don't care what anybody says. He ain't going to be in Green Bay next year. I got some possible landing spots for him right here. Okay. Where do I think?
Yeah.
Denver. Okay.
Yeah, he's been to Denver the most, it seems.
That's the most likely, okay? Carolina.
Ooh.
New Orleans.
Oh, my God, bro. If he went to New Orleans.
Imagine him and Sean Payton teaming up.
Dude, if he went to New Orleans, that's an instant Super Bowl, I feel.
That's what I'm saying. And Aaron Rodgers probably thinks the same thing.
Because, it's like the Packers, but with a way better defense.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's what they need, what he needed with the Packers. So, man, if he goes to the Saints, I think they could win a Super Bowl.
It's a good spot, too, man. And then
so weird.
Vegas. Okay.
Vegas.
I think they're more than just a quarterback away, but that would be a damn good start.
I love Aaron Rodgers, man. John Gruden, man. I love that Aaron Rodgers.
Imagine that dynamic, too.
Oh, that'd be so weird.
Miami.
Oh, man, you would hate that.
Yeah. But it is possible. Okay. Gotta be realistic.
For you.
Philadelphia.
I did see this, and I am not about it because here's my reasoning. One, what we would have to give up for him, he's already past 30. He's an aging quarterback.
30 is the new 20. What do you mean? For goats?
He is arguably in a worse position than the Packers are right now. I don't see why he would want to go to Philly.
If you could get Tom Brady at the age Aaron Rodgers is right now, for whatever it would cost, what would you do it?
I wouldn't.
What? Are you kidding me? Tom Brady's won 4. He's been to like 4 or 5 Super Bowls since.
You gotta think, man. What would we have to give up to get these guys? Those 3 first-round picks next year, gone. if we get Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowls.
If we keep Jalen Hurts, we can use those 3 first-round picks to build a fucking squad, like build the team.
Or they could be busts.
I don't.
You run the risk of, you know what
I
I mean?
I don't think trading everything for Aaron Rodgers is going to win us a Super Bowl. I don't think we're one quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl. Philadelphia is. Philadelphia's missing a lot of pieces. I don't think they're one person away from winning a Super Bowl.
I think it would be a great start, the same way it would be with fucking Las Vegas.
But we wouldn't have anything to go off of. We wouldn't have any draft picks. Well, we wouldn't
Aaron
have
Rodgers.
any.
Look, let's see. You got Aaron Rodgers.
I'm like concerned about the future because then
LeBron
they
James
retires in 3 years, 4 years. Then we're screwed.
Maybe he might. He's got a higher chance of retiring than Tom. He'll retire before Tom Brady retires. To be honest with you, but like, it's like LeBron James. It's like let's see what the Packers' record is without him, and then you tell me how much of a difference maker he is. Look at the Patriots as an example.
It's not a difference maker. I'm just saying I don't think I think it's going to take more than him to help Philly win a Super Bowl if he came over. I think we would need some more help because look at our wide receiver situation. I think look at the Packers compared to the Eagles. They arguably have a better roster. And he's going to the championship every year.
Take Aaron Rodgers off. You got Devontae Adams, like Aaron Jones, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, like it's slow. I mean, I'd much rather, pending cases, I would much rather trade for Deshaun Watson over Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, but like he's out of the equation because pending cases. And you can't.
Today is apparently things have been quiet because apparently they're settling the cases right now. Like apparently they're settling it out of court type shit. So I mean, all this could be blown over before the season.
You would rather have Deshaun Watson
if we were going to trade the house to get a quarterback, either Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson. I'd rather get Deshaun Watson because I know we're going to have him for a longer term. He's going to be. I would much rather have Deshaun, and that's no hate on Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I would rather have Deshaun Watson for a longer period of time.
It makes more sense.
We're getting our draft picks and stuff out of it,
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
But what if it was Tom Brady?
It's the age, man. I know. It's like it throws me. I know he's gonna be good, but I don't think Philly's one QB away from winning a Super Bowl. I don't think Deshaun Watson comes over. We win a Super Bowl the first year. I don't know, man.
You got Devontae Smith.
Tom Brady
come over. About that. You got Devontae Smith.
Wants to stay with us for 3 years. We could probably win a Super Bowl in those 3 years.
Devontae Adams. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, Devontae Adams is out.
I saw it. Yeah, he said like he would have to. If Aaron left, he would rethink his future. I guess he said.
Follow him. You got Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Then you got Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Good news involving Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers is following the TB12 method.
Good. See, he's gonna play until he's 45, man.
I saw that today. Is apparently he's following the TB12 method. Like he bought Tom Brady's book, I guess, and he's like on his like.
He's getting into that pliability.
Eating avocado ice cream and stuff.
Pliability, man.
Pliability. There's an interesting thing that like I didn't really see anywhere else. Out of 6,500 NFL players who took the mental aptitude test, just scored number 1. And above 100 is great. Mahomes was 110, and Fields scored 130.
Yeah, goddamn right. I saw that too. And I was like,
like, holy
how come
shit.
This isn't blowing up everywhere? Why is this the fourth quarterback off the board when he's recalling? He's got a better memory play calling wise than Mahomes. Like they said, they tested him.
Wilson or Trey Lance.
Man,
I would.
I would have. I said it on April 13th. Justin Fields would be the best rookie quarterback.
I believe you, man. I think the Bears, they actually made a decent move. They actually did something right for a change.
For once. They'll fuck it up.
I hope not.
But
I'm
Justin
hoping
Fields
that
won't be
maybe
the
like
problem.
maybe this year they fuck it up. They fire Nagy, bring in a competent coach, and actually get to work. And Chicago could be something going down the line in the next couple of years. Who knows?
We'll see.
Full left tackle Eric Fisher signed a 1-year deal with Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
So they're bolstering up that O line to protect old Carson Wentz. Which I said it before, but I'm pretty excited to see Carson Wentz on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not gonna lie, might be my second team this year.
Oh, man.
And in case everybody didn't know, the internet was blown up the past couple days over one man who hasn't played in the NFL for 8 years.
8 years.
And
My
that man
son is only 9.
And that man is old Tim Tebow. Apparently, he signed a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars to reunite with Urban Meyer as a tight end. He's never played tight end in the NFL. At any level, he's never played tight end. And he hasn't played
here playing baseball.
Yeah, hasn't played in the NFL for 8 years. A lot of kickback, not from just like fans, but players as well. Players and like pundits are just not happy with it. I mean, I somewhat agree. Like it's kind of unfair to be like, oh, he's never played this position. You're wasting kind of a roster spot over all these prospects or other tight ends who are looking for a job. And you pretty much got a spot on the team just because you knew someone. Like you were boys with the coach.
But
So I mean, I understand.
Side of it, it's like he might not make the team.
He might get cut.
He might not even make the team. The last time he was in the NFL was on some practice squad training camp shit with us or you. I forget which one it was.
Top from Philly to the Patriots, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. Practice squads and training camp and shit. So I don't even know if he made any rosters by the start date back when he was even his last.
Like he wasn't even in the be a backup QB in the NFL.
Yeah. Now you gonna be a tight end good enough to get a 53-man roster? Like I just don't think even it's a topic in October.
Oh, I don't believe so either. I could definitely see him. I think it will be though, if for some reason, like who knows? I think if he does make the roster, we should expect something big out of him. I think he should be like doing something. But man, if he's just sitting there, maybe one catch a game or something, you're like, what is this guy doing here on this roster? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but there's some people that have been on the Patriots roster the last couple of years. I've been like, this day out of Saudi. This is fucking guy. This ain't Gronk. You ain't Gronk. But it's all right. Now we got two nice tight ends, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. They can be pulling in work like Aaron Hernandez and Gronk used to be back in the day.
Yeah. Chicago Bears apparently tried to trade Nick Foles to the Philadelphia Eagles and other teams, and they all said no.
Like,
we don't.
Nah,
and
I'm good.
that was happy. We were just like, nah, we already had Nick Foles. We good. We don't want to be.
I'm good.
Good.
Take
Miss
him,
me
take
with
him
that.
elsewhere. Why is this dude should be retired too?
I was actually surprised that he hasn't retired as of right now, but I don't think he has because he still is on that deal that's worth a pretty penny right now, and he's not doing anything. He's not in line to start that job. He's like the third QB on that Bears roster. If they cut him, he makes a ton of money. If he stays on the roster, he makes a ton of money. So I think right now
they might as well keep him as a body.
If they cut him, then I could see him retire for sure, though.
Right.
Let me see here. Interesting news. I already have other stuff for the bias bubble, so I'll just say this one. Former Lions second-round pick, Carrion Johnson, signed with the Eagles. He was claimed from the waivers.
Okay.
So another running back on the Eagles. You know the Eagles love their running backs. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know. I mean, who knows if he's going to even make the squad, the 53-man roster, too. I could see him getting cut as well. NFL spoke with the Bills GM Brandon Beane this week following his comments regarding releasing unvaccinated players.
Oh, shit.
He was saying that like he wants all of his players on the roster vaccinated, and he go as far as like cutting them or like not allowing players on his team to play if they're not vaccinated. And the NFL stepped in and they're like, nah, you can't be saying this type of stuff, man. We want everybody to have their own choice to get the vaccine.
be like, you better chill, man. You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna get banned.
And they said a team may not release a player solely due to vaccination status.
Okay. Make a new rule about it.
Yeah. Trey Lance is the first player drafted in NFL history to be born in 2000.
I saw that as well.
But
I'm just getting old.
Incredibly old.
I saw a picture of Zach Wilson, and he just looks like that, like, kid. I'm just like, oh my god, like, and then like, and nothing against anybody, but like, you see the stuff his mom's been getting into lately.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I'm like, it's just she's like the female LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball, exactly.
And we have that now. So let's see what happens. But Zach Wilson looks like the kid to be like, I'm gonna call my dad. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god. So let's see what happens.
That's hilarious. Dolphins signed former Patriots defensive back Jason McCourty.
Yes.
EB.
Wish him well, even though
Sure,
I hope he
man,
sucks
like,
when he's against us.
Could have gone anywhere else. There was 31 other teams y'all could have went to. You chose the Dolphins.
It's all good. They paid him. Get that money.
And let me see who it was here. FDS Sportsbook and JPA Football released their MVP odds for the season already. And the first three, number one is old Patty Mahomes.
Okay.
Number two, we got Aaron Rodgers again. And number three is Josh Allen.
Tom Brady's going to win the MVP.
Tom Brady is 7th on the list.
He's going to win MVP.
Dak Prescott's after Josh Allen, and then Matt Stafford is ahead of Tom Brady to get MVP.
Matt Stafford?
I guess sending him to LA with Sean McVay boosts his MVP odds for some reason.
See all the weapons
an MVP conversation at all in the past, like, how many years?
Matt Stafford? Not Lamar Jackson? Where's Lamar Jackson? Is he on the list?
Let me see here.
The dude who's won MVP in the last 3 years? You got Matt Stafford on this list? Who made this list?
He was 8th below Tom Brady.
Was Deshaun on it?
No, Deshaun wasn't on there.
All right, let's move on. That shit's crazy.
Wait a minute. Continuing on the story last week with that player from the Broncos who tore his ACL, and they're saying that, like, they're not obligated to pay his contract because he hurt himself out of facility. He wasn't on an actual NFL facility grounds. The NFL issued a memo stating that the teams aren't obligated to provide salary continuation if a player gets hurt working out on his own. So they pretty much doubled down on what the Broncos were saying.
Damn. So he's not going to get it.
Doesn't seem that way at this point.
Looking from their perspective, they want them, I guess, if they're going to work out on your facility, but you can't really, it's not realistic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, players are going to work out wherever they are.
That's
They're
what
millionaires.
a lot of NFL players are saying is, like, what are we just expected not to work out in the offseason now? Like, what are we supposed to do?
That's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. And then I have a list here of the most improved receiving core after the draft for the NFL. And it's just the top 5 here. It goes Jets, Giants, Ravens, Dolphins, Patriots.
Patriots. Oh, Nelson Aguilar is going to make us so much better. It's going to be that 2 tight end attack, man.
And that was from PFF, and they also had the lowest projected win totals. Texans at number 1, Lions, Jets, Jaguars.
Damn. Why, man? So they think Jared Goff.
They have no faith in them Jared Goff-led Lions.
Damn, okay.
None.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, Jared Goff.
Sorry,
Thought
man.
you could do a little bit better than
that. But that's all I have as far as NFL news. I did have a decent amount other than the schedule stuff, so we can roll right in here to the NBA hot and knots you got here, Vern. What do you have?
Hot and not list, okay? And now, I did write this on Tuesday, and it is now Wednesday, so it's a little bit off, okay? But number 1 on my hot list, Philadelphia, okay? They were on an 8-game winning streak. They are tearing to the playoffs right now. I feel like they're a real threat for Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Not even a real threat, like it might be reversed. Like Milwaukee and Brooklyn are threats to them to take the East at this point. Like, I think the Sixers are killing it.
Sixers look hot. Yeah, for sure.
Dallas, 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Last as of writing this, I don't know. 8-2 over the last 10.
Luka is the fastest player ever to reach 5,000 points.
Ever. Man, he was on the MVP level this season. I had him on my MVP race for a little bit, but I took him off by this point here.
22 out here balling in the NBA. How?
And I got Portland, who's on a 4-game winning streak, desperately trying to stay away from Los Angeles right now. Okay. They're 8-2 over the last 10, right where they need to be. They were on the not list not too long ago. I think just last week. Maybe, when were they? Maybe 2 weeks ago, because they were on a 4-game losing streak.
You did that, yeah. You
2
put them on
weeks
the
ago. They were on a 5-game losing streak 2 weeks ago, and look at them now. They flipped it around. Good for Portland, even though I want them to lose, but good for them. Chi-Town is on my hot list this week, okay? As of this writing, they were on a 3-game winning streak, even though they were 5-5 over the last 10. They
lost to Brooklyn last night.
Ah, damn it. I tried.
It's all right. We lost. Okay. It was a good game. It wasn't a blowout or anything. It was a good game. We put up a fight, but I was happy we had like a 3-game winning streak. We were trying to squeeze into that play-in tournament, but ultimately it's like we're going to miss it.
It's okay, though. And then I had Golden State on here. They were on a 3-game winning streak. They're trying to desperately stay in position for the play-in and even maybe make the playoffs. I don't know if they are close enough for that, but I don't have it in front of me here, but now on to the not list. I had Boston. Okay. Boston. They were on a 2-game losing streak, 4-6 over the last 10. Really the worst time possible to be on this type of bad streak. And then I also had my Lakers. Okay. That's because they are fluctuating like crazy right now. It's just been LeBron playing. Is he not? Oh, he's not going to play. Oh, we got to play the Knicks. Okay. But we actually ended up beating the Knicks, so we're on now a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah.
So we don't really deserve to be on this not list anymore. At first, back on Tuesday before we played the Knicks, we were on a 1-game winning streak, but we were 3-7 over the last 10. Now we're 4-6 over the last 10. It's not that much better, but it's a 2-game winning streak. So I'm going to actually take them off, but I did have my Lakers on the not list this week.
From the not list.
A live removal. It's like Undertaker coming up from the casket.
Just raise it up for that.
But there we go. That's the hot not list for this week.
Nice, man. I also have some NBA news as well. Pelican star Zion Williamson has a fractured left ring finger and will be sidelined indefinitely, so it looks like they're holding him out.
Fine as well.
Exactly. Let's see here. Russell Westbrook is first player in NBA history with 50 rebounds and 50 assists in a 3-game span. And he also is Mr. Triple-Double now.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that first stat you said there, but I knew he passed Oscar Robertson for all-time leader in triple-doubles with 182.
82. Mr. Triple-Double, old Russell Westbrook. Done. Not done. He going to keep averaging triple-double.
Mm-hmm. Imagine you Russell Westbrook, one day you wake up, you're like, I'm just averaging triple-double for the rest of my career. Not even just like for go out here and get triple-double today. Just go into average a triple-double for the rest of my career. That's crazy,
man. The Blazers are likely to move on from head coach Terry Stotts, barring a miracle playoff run, apparently.
Okay.
The Blazers are looking for another head coach.
Okay. Dame still ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, Dame's not going to go anywhere, it seems. Chris Paul recorded his 3rd career game with at least 20 points, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers. Since individual turnovers were first tracked in 77-78, Steve Nash is the only other player with 3 such games.
Damn, okay. Those are legends. Like Steve Nash, Chris Paul.
And speaking of Chris Paul, I have also a stat here. He has improved the win percentage of every single team he's joined for the prior season. The Suns, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Clippers, and the Hornets. He's all improved their win percentage.
He just knows how to play, man. He's one of them great players that's never actually got to play in a championship, and he deserves it.
He does.
He really deserves it.
He really does. That's why, man, I'm kind of rooting for them Suns a little bit too this year because I kind of like the Suns. I like Devin Booker. You know, CP3 is that dude. He deserves it.
Right.
Another like a rising star here, Anthony Edwards. He's been kind of growing on me lately, man. He's dope.
Funny.
He's funny. I had a quote here. He said he's going to Spain this summer with Ricky Rubio and Juancho Hernan Gomez, so he can learn Spanish. Yeah. So he can learn Spanish, and so he knows what those two are talking about all the time. He said, I just thought that was pretty.
Just like speaking Spanish, and he's just.
What are they talking about?
He wants to know, man.
Jaylen
cool,
Brown. Yeah, it is really cool. Jaylen Brown's going to miss the rest of the season with a torn ligament in his left wrist for the Bostons. That's
worse for Boston.
Big blow to Boston. The Raptors officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
You see.
Peace out.
Peace out. Get out of here. NBA Draft Combine is scheduled to take place in person June 21st through 27th in Chicago again.
NBA Combine?
NBA Combine is going to be in person.
Okay. Good. Getting back to normal.
Yep, exactly. And as of today, the Heat guard Victor Oladipo undergoes season-ending surgery on his right quadricep tendon.
Oh, worst time for that, man.
Worst time.
The Heat were heating up.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's possible.
Team you don't want to play in the first round.
Exactly. I mean, they have great defense. Tyler Herro is balling now. He's finally got up to, like, how he was playing last year in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I know like Heat fans and the Heat were kind of worried about him for a minute. He wasn't playing so hot for a while.
Too much hanging out with Jack Harlow.
I did also have the NBA playoff picture play-in tournament right now.
Okay.
So
what it looks like right now, I don't want to hear. No.
Yeah, really posted like a bracket. Western Conference, Memphis will be playing San Antonio. The Lakers will be playing Golden State as of right now.
Yep.
And then in the East, Washington will be playing Indianapolis, and Boston will be playing Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte could win that game.
Charlotte could win that game, especially with LaMelo back and everything. Like,
right.
And, you know, like what we said with Jaylen Brown missing from the Celtics, I mean, it's possible. First, Michael Jordan will be happy as hell if them the Hornets finally find some success.
I finally drafted the right ones.
But yeah, of course, Brooklyn, Philly, Phoenix, and Utah would have they wouldn't have to play at all, so they would be
right.
They'd be chilling.
Right.
Well, man, I think you guys would be able to take down Golden State though.
In a one game, I hope so. But if Steph goes for 50 points, it's going to be hard. Which reminds me, Curry and Beal are doing the scoring title chase. You know, trying to see who gets the scoring title.
We talked this week, yeah.
Beal with a hamstring injury is going to be out for 2 games here. So he's sitting at 31.4 for the season. If he doesn't play for the rest of the year, he's at 31.4. Okay. Steph would need to average 24.7 points for the rest of the year.
He's already averaging like 30 points or something right now. So, I mean.
And that's just to finish at 31.42. So to barely finish above Beal. So I think it's Steph's to lose at this point. He can easily. Yeah. He averages 30 a night. He's got it.
That's dope. I did have a little bit of Lakers news. Jeannie gave her top 5 most important Lakers in history, and it was Kareem, Kobe, LeBron, Magic, and Phil. She left Shaq off the list.
No Shaq. I saw that. Shaq said he wasn't even mad.
I did see that quote by Shaq. He's like, I ain't mad.
I ain't even bothered by it. But I had a little bit of news about Jeannie, but I'm going to save that for my bubble. Okay. J. Cole is going to be playing in NBA Africa League. Man, that's pretty amazing. For the Patriots. What do you mean? But, like, I think that's pretty cool, man. I can't wait to see what that turns into. If he can get into a G League team and then eventually get into the NBA, that'd be amazing. Then start rapping about it. That'd be amazing, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's already had conversations with G League reps and teams. So, I mean, it's looking like after he's done playing on this team that he's on now, it's possible he can go into the G League and then possibly make an NBA roster. Apparently, he's been training with ex-NBA players and people that actually train NBA players. So,
Right.
I mean, it's looking like J. Cole could be in the NBA here in the next couple of years.
Well, I
too.
know he's going to be serious about it. Like, if he actually commits to it, he's going to be serious about it.
Oh, for sure. For
and
sure.
actually, like, get
And
at everything.
all
So,
for bringing him onto the Bulls, play with Levine and Vooch.
nah, he comes to the Lakers. He's going to go to Charlotte. He's going to definitely go to Charlotte and play for the Hornets.
With LaMelo and that. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, man.
But I also had here this weekend, May 15th, is the 2020 Basketball Hall of Fame induction. Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett headlining the names being inducted this year.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch that. And I'm going to cry like a baby. I know I'm going to cry, but I cannot wait to watch that.
About Kobe, he's going to be presenting it for Kobe. Like, man, I'm going to cry. I'm definitely going to cry.
And I can't wait to watch it.
For sure.
It's already been 5 years since that game where he dropped 60 points against Utah.
So much more like long ago than that. Like 5 years, man. That's crazy.
But hey, congratulations to everybody else making the Hall of Fame. I didn't write everybody down, but Kobe, KG, and Tim Duncan are headlining it there.
That's awesome, though. It's great to see Tim in there. He's probably just going to be wearing jeans and a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. He might have a coat, like a
blazer or something. But he bought that shit at Walmart or something. Like, he don't care. That's all the NBA news I have here. Do you have anything else, Vern?
Yeah. Only thing I had left is, in my honest opinion, I think Giannis deserves the MVP 3 years in a row. I don't give a shit, and I know I've been on Joker all season.
Hot take.
All season. This is my hot take for the year, okay?
You think that's going to happen, or are you just saying that he deserves it?
I think he deserves it.
Okay.
I think it's not going to happen because he's already won it 2 years in a row. And that's why they're like all year, oh, Nikola, he's going to, he's the front runner. It's his to lose, Giannis, Nikola is averaging 26, 10, and 8, okay? 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Which is great. It's amazing.
Yeah.
First of all, Russ is already averaging a triple-double with like 11s in both categories. We'll get to that later. Just they don't
Not
give it to him. Yeah, for some reason, Russ ain't considered, okay? But Giannis is over here averaging 33 points on a winning team, just like Nikola, and averaging more rebounds but less assists. But he's averaging so many more points than him. So it's like he's averaging 33 where he's averaging 26.
It seems like
the same amount of rebounds.
Nikola, because he had, like what you said, because Giannis had it 2 years in a row. And it's like,
I think Giannis, if Giannis won it again, I wouldn't be mad. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He deserves it. So I
am inclined to believe you. Like, I'm inclined to agree with you, too. I mean, that is just because one stat or whatever, like, come on now.
Right. And the thing about it is, like, it looks like Giannis has been on a tear because he was averaging 28 points last week. Unless I wrote that down wrong, he's at 33 now. Hold up. Now I'm kind of worried. I want to make sure I got my stats right. You got anything else there, though?
I don't have any more NBA news, no.
Okay. What you got? What else you got?
I just have some NHL news here. We talk about playoffs and a big storyline to happen. Not too much. We actually have big NHL storylines, but there was a big one here this past week. And it was during the series between New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. And oh boy, Tom Wilson for the Capitals pretty much attacked a defenseless player and took his helmet off and pretty much slammed him into the ice and bashed his head off the ice. The guy that he did it to is out for the rest of the season. He's not playing. And
which is ridiculous. Like,
not only that,
not suspended.
Wilson has had numerous incidents like this. Has been suspended for stuff like this before. All he gets is a fine. Hasn't been suspended at all. The Rangers, New York Rangers PR team, and a couple people put out a statement saying that whoever is in the league is the head of like player safety for the NHL needs to be fired. Like, they put out a statement on Twitter saying that, like, this, like, the head of player safety needs to be fired. This is ridiculous. You're not concerned about player safety. And then the Rangers turn around, like, the Rangers made that statement, and then they went and fired the people that made that statement. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then on top of that, the NHL fined the Rangers $250,000 for making the statement.
But not the dude bashing people's heads off the ice.
All he got was a little fine, but yet the Rangers called the NHL out for not doing anything, and in turn, two of the guys that, like, put out the statement got fired, and then the team got fined $250,000, which is ridiculous. And in this case, as I shared the video, and a lot of people saw that next game that they played the next night, as soon as the puck dropped, 3 brawls broke out. The whole team started fighting each other, and there was at least 6 or 7 fights total that whole game. And Tom Wilson wasn't even out on the ice whenever the puck was dropped, and as soon as he went back, like, as soon as he made his first appearance on the ice, they went straight at him. And they ended up pulling him in the middle of the second period, saying that he had a shoulder injury, and they didn't put him back in the rest of the game.
Oh my God, man.
And NHL has really dropped the ball on this. And it's not even just this incident. There's multiple instances where a player, it was a game, it was actually just the game, I think the night before that, or that same night, when it was Philly against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh smashed, I think it was Farabee or Nolan Patrick into the, like, pretty much a dirty hit into the wall, like, down into the ice, pretty much. Nothing. Didn't get fined. Nothing. And I mean, it was definitely a dirty hit. And I mean, it just seems like the NHL is just protecting these top players from. Yeah. Because Tom Wilson, even though he's a bully, he's still a great player for that team, and he's one of the best players, just like Sidney Crosby, who is not only a crybaby, but he's a dirty player too. But they protect their stars on teams, and I mean, I understand it to an extent, but at some point you got to draw a line where, like, this is unacceptable.
Right.
Like,
Roger Goodell suspended Tom Brady for allegedly deflating footballs.
Yeah, and then you go find the team that didn't even do anything wrong, like, for just saying, like, hey, this is messed up. Like, you go around and punish them for that. It's a bad look for the NHL, man.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. And during the course of that game, 100 penalty minutes combined were assessed between the Rangers and the Capitals in the first period alone. Just the first period. 100 minutes combined.
Oh my God.
So that's, I mean, that really showed you. And then I did just have, we don't really talk about MLB too much, but I figured this is pretty big news. The Oakland A's will begin exploring relocation possibilities, apparently.
Yeah.
MLB is suggesting move to another city if the Howard Terminal Stadium proposal was not approved. And I was like, damn, just going to relocate a whole team.
Where do you think they're going to end up?
I don't know, man. I didn't really see, like, where they could go, but, like, I don't know. I saw something about, like, Portland. I saw something about, like, in Canada somewhere. Like,
I hope they go to Vegas.
I did see Vegas too. I only saw a couple things, but I don't really know too much. I'm not in the baseball world enough to be like, oh, this is where they could go, type of thing, you know?
Right. I just hope they go to Vegas with the Raiders.
Vegas. That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Vegas baseball team would be electric. They built a big ass stadium for them in Vegas or something.
That would be home runs out to the strip, you know.
That could be dangerous.
That would be dangerous.
But yeah, that other thing I have here, I know we kind of stopped talking about it. We went to the MLB real quick, but as far as the NHL playoffs just start this weekend, and there's only really 2 series that have been confirmed so far, and that's the Boston Bruins and the damn Capitals, who we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. The Bruins have to play them in the first round.
Put them up.
So, put them up with you. And the other one here is the Calgary Flames and the Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks. So both Canada teams, they're going to be playing each other. So I mean, the other teams haven't really been. There's still a couple games left. Yeah, so I mean, it hasn't really been finalized yet. So I mean, we're still looking at like Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay, Nashville games, Pittsburgh, and New. It looks like Pittsburgh's probably going to be playing New York Islanders probably,
Okay.
and Toronto, Edmonton, and Winnipeg and Montreal, and then Vegas, Colorado, Minnesota, and St. Louis. So I'm sure those will be finalized here before the weekend, if not this weekend. So I mean, we'll be able to confirm those next week.
Right. Have a more official layout.
I mean, playoffs are coming for hockey, so we'll be talking about that here in the coming weeks as well. So I mean, that's all I have. So we can kind of hop right into the bias bubbles here.
Okay. I didn't have much for my Patriots. I had one thing because there really isn't really much going on post draft, signing undrafted free agents, stuff like that, signing rookies. But Julio Jones, okay.
As we talked about before here a little bit ago.
As we talked about before, it's a very real possibility that he gets traded pretty soon. Maybe not before the season, but like very real possibility he gets traded this year before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Okay? The big problem is the cap hit because he's making so much money.
Yeah. He has a big old contract.
But when you really think about it, for 2021, he's making $15.3 million on the books, okay? And then for 22 and 23, he's going to be making 11.5. Okay? When you take that into consideration, the highest paid wide receivers per year, you got DeAndre Hopkins making $27 million a year. You got Keenan Allen making $20 million a year. Amari Cooper, $20 million. Michael Thomas, $19. Tyreek,
he's still cheaper than like all these top receivers that are
Robert Woods, $16.25.
Damn.
If you could get Julio Jones for $15.3 million for a season, I would fucking
make
take
it look cheap.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to make it real convincing for everybody. I'm trying to make it look convincing, but like, if we acquire Julio Jones, that cap hit isn't as bad as it really looks because, like,
Nelson Aguilar, 12 mil, didn't you, or something like that?
That's what I'm saying. He'd be making 11.5 next year. Like 2022. This year, 2021, he'd be at 15.3. But I'm just saying, it makes sense. I hope they make it happen. Let's just make it happen, okay?
That's a good receiving core. You got Julio, you got Nelson, a good Nelson. He's not old Nelson. He's Nelson.
Got a little better now.
And you got like two of the top 5 tight ends in the league, pretty much. Like, you guys are set.
That would be nice, man. So let's make it happen, Bill. Okay. And then as far as my Lakers, we have great news, man. We have great news. Jared Dudley is going to be back from his MCL sprain before the playoffs. Okay. Jared Dudley's coming. Albert Fudd's coming back, baby. He's the heart and soul of the team.
Space Jam.
He's the reason. Him being gone is the reason we're losing. Okay. Him coming back, being on the bench, we need that, okay?
He's like Jason Garrett. Out there clapping, giving moral support.
More effective Jason Garrett. Okay. Hulu scored the Lakers documentary on the Best family. So
actually we should do what we did with the Jordan one. And we should like watch that shit over like like as we talk it like
right. I'm down. 100% down. We can figure out a better way to do it now because we have Skype and shit. But like, AD is playing great. He's playing great basketball since he came back. Man, he dropped 42 points the other night. He's been on fire. He's averaging 17.4, 6 rebounds and 2 assists since coming back. 41% from the
LeBron.
I mean, hey, that's cool with me, man. AD. That's because he put up so many points though. And then we continued to beat the Knicks. Tuesday night, play the Rockets here on Wednesday. LeBron was supposed to come back tonight. I'm not sure if he did or not. I would have to look into that.
Did you see that clip of Derrick Rose wrestling with AD?
Nah.
He's like during the game, like they went for a loose ball, and Derrick Rose grabbed it, and AD grabbed it, and like they went tumbling, bro. And like Derrick Rose was holding on to that shit, and they were rolling on the court, dude.
Oh my god, I gotta see that.
All on top of him, and I was like, "Careful, Derrick. You out here wrestling big men. You need to be careful."
Oh my god! And then the last thing I had for my Lakers here is the play-in tournament a good thing for us? If LeBron comes back, That
It's
gives
only
us-
one game. That's it. I mean,
Well, potentially two, right? Because if we would have to play the Warriors and then some, because we can move up. Well, if we're at the 7, we could lose the 7 more or less, because
Yeah.
other teams can move up. So we would have to play 2 games regardless, one game to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because if you win one game, you're at least in the playoffs.
yeah.
In our position, you
Yeah.
know. But like, I think it'd be good to get a game or 2 extra. Especially, I mean, maybe rest is good too. But like, if he's healthy enough to come back,
Some chemistry.
need that chemistry, man. As much chemistry as you can get before the season or postseason actually starts. So
So it could be a blessing in disguise.
we'll see what happens. But that's all I really got there.
Okay. I do have a couple things. Zach LaVine has scored in double figures in 100 consecutive appearances, a streak that
Damn.
began on November 22nd, 2019, and is currently the 5th longest active streak in the NBA.
Okay, good.
Zach LaVine, man, he's come back. He's been balling. Vucevic had like a triple-double the other night. I was like, man, I am so excited to see this Bulls team here next year. Hopefully we can get an all-star to bring like someone really good to come in and complement Zach.
Right,
And
they'll be real
Vucevic
nice next year.
Kind of rearrange the bench a little bit, get some people out that probably shouldn't be on the team. I'm very excited to see where this team goes, because whenever they play well, they play really well. They can compete with these teams. I mean, they were hanging with the Nets last night, which I was surprised. So, I mean, I'm very excited on the future of the Bulls. Flyers eliminated from play. The season's over officially. No more games. Done. Not going to be talking about the Flyers here for a while. Now Eagles, I do have some stuff on. Old Dougie P is back doing interviews. Doug Peterson has been, of course, doing interviews, and of course has been asked about the Eagles. And he's had actually nothing but great things to say. He said, I don't think Jalen Reagor got to show the best. I think the injury really set him back. He knows exactly how to attack the game and attack the offseason. I'm really looking forward to watching him. And he said he will still be rooting for his guys despite not being a head coach anymore.
Right, obviously.
And he also said that he thinks that Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith are going to be a great pair in the NFL, which, man, I'm really hoping so. Let me see here. Apparently, Eagles are interested in former Steelers cornerback Steven Nelson, who's currently a free agent. He was a cap casualty for the Steelers. He's a really good player. He's on actually a lot of teams are. They said there's 14 teams looking at him right now.
Damn.
That's how he is right now. And I don't know why. I think it has to do with his, like, I know he's a free agent, but I think they can get him cheap now because I think he's somewhat young, but he's playing at a high level.
Right.
But I mean, I think get him somewhat cheap. But man, I'm hoping Philly can grab him, because him opposite of Darius Slay would be nice. Like, that would really boost our chances of having a good season here on defense. Another story that kind of came out here is Arizona granted Jordan Hicks permission to seek a trade, and it's starting to look like this could be a sign, like, because Jordan Hicks obviously has played in Philly. He helped win a Super Bowl with us. Over the last 2 seasons, he's played every game. He's been healthy the past 2 seasons. Played all 32 games. He has 171 tackles, 8 QB hits, 10 passes defended, 4 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. And he has a $6 million cap hit in 2021, which isn't bad. Now, the thing is, they're looking for a trade for him, and they don't really have a tight end. So possibly send Zach Ertz over to Arizona, bring Jordan Hicks back. We need a linebacker.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. We get a linebacker who's familiar with the Eagles.
Get rid of Zach Ertz.
Get Zach Ertz, who's unhappy with the Eagles. Boom, boom, bang, and slam. Great trade right there.
Slam.
Great trade. It's meant to be.
Oh my God.
Unless we want, we could trade you guys something for Stephon Gilmore. You can give us Stephon Gilmore.
No, we need something more. We need.
You want
keep
the
him for?
We'll give you Zach Ertz for Stephon
He's
Gilmore.
Be packaged in the Julio Jones deal. Okay, so chill.
That I could see that happening. Most yards from scrimmage in first 2 seasons by a running back in Eagles history is LaShawn McCoy with 2,600 yards, and Miles Sanders with 2,300 yards.
Miles Sanders is baby Saquon, bro.
And bro, Miles Sanders hasn't even been used to his full potential, and he has 23, and he has that much.
Exactly.
Like, that's scary. So I think Miles Sanders could be a beast here going forward.
Right.
Hopefully, Nick Sirianni's offense. The last thing I have here is pretty odd. The Eagles' Week 1 opponents since 2015 have been the Falcons, Washington, Falcons, Washington, Washington, Falcons.
What the hell?
Yeah. For some reason, the NFL wants us to only play Washington and the Falcons.
You always play them dirty birds.
Always play them in the first game of the season, it seems like. It's ridiculous.
That's weird. That's a weird little trend there.
It's very weird. And the last thing I have here is Devontae Smith has been having interviews. Now, it's exciting because they released videos of the rookies coming into training camp today, and they're in building, and it's exciting. I can't wait. Like Devontae Smith doing interviews. They asked him who's going to be the best 1-2 tandem in the league when it comes to rookie wide receivers and QBs, and he said him and Jalen are. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Like he already knows he's coming in.
Us? What do you mean?
He's us. What do you mean? Who else is there? What?
Who else is there? There ain't nobody else out there good.
Between the draft, the schedule release, the rookies coming in the training camp, I cannot be more excited for the NFL season right now, man.
Right. And it's only May, so we got a ways to go, but we got training camp. We got a lot of stuff to go through.
So we're going to see all the rumors that happened during training camp, who might be getting cut. Still going to be trades, I'm sure.
What's happening with the two big QBs, Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of news to talk about. So definitely stay tuned for that because we'll be bringing all that news. So the last part of the podcast, of course, is the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. And this is a pretty simple one. This is kind of out of the sports that we know. This is motorsports. Motorsports.
Okay.
Now, I didn't fact check this, but it sounds correct. It sounds correct. But this was on an official site that I'm like, okay, I think this sounds official. For car races, Nissan only uses the number 23 on their vehicles, since in Japanese, number 2 is pronounced ni and 3 is pronounced san.
Interesting. I would have to fact check that as well. But that's very interesting. I would I don't know. I feel like that's the only fact I've ever been
You're right.
Every other fact seems pretty convincing, but that one I'm I would have to look into a little bit more.
I'll give you another one just in case. I know this one. This is a fact. This is definitely a fact. In 1984 tennis match between Vicki Nelson and Jean Hepner, or Jean Hepner. I hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. They had 1 point last 29 minutes. Then they played a 643-shot rally and a tiebreaker that lasted an hour and 47 minutes. As part of the match that went for 6 hours and 31 minutes.
Imagine
for 6 hours, bro, you play in tennis. To put that into perspective, Bernard Tomic lost an entire match in 28 minutes in 2014, and they played for 6 hours.
Oh my god, bro, that's ridiculous. Now that's a crazy ass sports stat.
That's a sports stat fact of the podcast. that reminds me of that. If you haven't seen it, everybody go on HBO and watch that 7 Days in Hell. It's the tennis documentary that has Andy Samberg and Kit Harington in it. It's hilarious.
So funny.
It's so funny. It's like a fake documentary. It's great. But that's all that I have for this week. Make sure to like and subscribe. As always, we need them likes and subs. Make sure to go follow Sideline Sports and all the great shows and content that they're providing. And definitely go and follow us on Twitter at SquadPod Sports. And I'm sure there's going to be a ton of news next week, so make sure to tune in.
Man, we got so much ramping up here. Playoffs, baby. NBA and NHL.
Exactly. So we're going to have a lot to cover, so make sure to stay tuned in each and every week on Thursday. And we'll see everybody next week.
Peace out.
Peace.